The latest Cave Crush and inside the cave gear at cavecrushshop.com. Last time on Inside the Cave.
So you said the man kills animals for no reason. Karen writes in, she's saying, is it normal that my boyfriend likes to kill animals or severely hurt them in his car? We were driving and geese were walking across the street and he floors it and purposely ran over the geese. I mentioned his behavior to his friends while out for drinks and they told me he used to purposely hit deer with his car when he sees them. Should I be worried or just let guys be guys?
Because whether he's doing it because they're in their fucking way or he's doing it because he enjoys it. Someone who hurts an innocent animal will hurt the people right next to them without any remorse, period. And if you are one of those people that will run over a deer thinking it's either them or me, then I wouldn't put it past you to run over your wife because it's either them or you.
Hey Karen, don't let that nigga hit you doggy style. That's all I'm gonna say. Think about that one. Did the writer get mad because the chick wasn't a slut and drove a truck? When I first met her at the bar, she told me she travels a lot for business. I assumed that she was a hooker, and honestly, it made me like her more. The thought that she could be sleeping with me, then travels to sleep with someone else, and then comes back to me is a turn on. Well, now I'm disappointed because I found out she isn't a hooker, she's a truck driver.
He the fucking rolled us because she's the driver. I'm with him though, man. A woman can't be no truck driver. Fuck that.
But she could be a slut.
Yeah, she probably stand up when she pee and everything, going to the truck stops. Man, hell no.
Oh, truck driving mama.
It's time to go inside the cave.
Inside the Cave.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?
Films.
Here we go. Welcome back Inside the Cave, InsideTheCavePodcast.com, and of course CaveCrushShop.com. Shout out to everybody who has been listening to us, wherever you've been listening, however you've been listening. 100 to all of you all. Thank you very, very, very much. All right, we got a big show today. The crew is here. I am CB at I'm the Real CB. And next to me today is the host of the Dirt Sheets, J to the O to the E to the D to the I, and don't forget them 2 L's, Joe Dill. Take them 2 L's, brother.
It's not Joe Dill. It's Joe
Dirt. No, it's 2. Joe Dill. Take them 2 L's.
They've been waiting to say that all week.
2 L's.
Stop lying, brother.
2 L's.
Stop lying.
You can't spell Joe Dill without 2 L's. How you doing, brother?
You can't spell cocksucking without a C. I'm doing good today. I got my co-host with me. He's gonna co-host the Dirt Sheets with me.
Oh,
If
okay.
she stay up that long.
Hey, what's the number to DCFS? I'm sure gonna say something. I'm gonna snitch. Big Dawg.
Make sure you tell everybody, hey, hold on right quick. Tell everybody how I made you quit, then whip your ass again after that.
Big Dawg. In the building. Velle.
Mr. Wait What himself have for the Cave Crush crew. What's going on, man?
Oh, okay. I ain't heard that in a long time.
Right, Velle had him ball spot. What you had him ball spot?
Ladies, tell the truth. Let's talk about it. Sly.
What's up, Inside the Cave podcast group? What's going down today?
Like your computer, alright? We thought it was gonna blow up or something.
Yeah, that was the tablet. That was my laptop.
Okay. Make sure you're alright, man.
And the lovely, the beautiful, the talented, the breast co-host there is Kat.
Hi guys, how are you?
That Cave Crush shirt never looked so good. Ooh, you gonna get us married boys in trouble over here, Kat. Better stop that shit.
Don't try to put us involved in your shit.
Hey, CB.
I was finna say shit, I ain't married. What you mean I'm finna get somebody in trouble?
Get us in trouble. We married. All right, we got a good show today. Hey, look, make sure you guys stay tuned later on in the show. We got a deep Cat's Corner. It's been sent to us about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We're gonna get to it today. So stay tuned today, later on in the show for a great Cat's Corner. Sly is gonna answer the feedback from his questions from last week. And he got a new one for this week. So let's get into it with last week's feedback. Listeners' feedback with Cousin Lamar.
Got an opinion? Let your voice be heard. Want to change the direction of the show? Talk your shit. Tell us how you really feel.
For real, I might just say how I feel.
Listeners' feedback with Cousin Lamar on Inside the Cave.
All right, Lamar's not here today. He's out taking care of business. So, anybody want to read the emails?
Yeah, don't nobody have them.
I got them up.
You got your glasses on.
Actually, Sly, I better read them because I got to read 2 of them from the what's the name? From the
CB, you go. CB, you do me a favor. You go ahead and read them, man.
Sure, thanks, Sly. I think I will read them. Attaboy. All right, this is from iTunes. Don't forget you can send feedback if you listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts. This was sent a few weeks ago. This is from Damage Control. I read them already. All right, this is from J Mac. I have 4 brothers and was raised by a strong father and can honestly say I have learned just as much from the guys on Inside the Cave as I did from my family. You guys have strong opinions and do a lot of arguing, but overall, this is a 5-star podcast, and I just started listening. Please take good care of the soul woman on the show. Please, LOL. That's from J Mac. Shout out to J Mac. I'm not for sure if that's a woman or a man, but
I thought you read that last week.
No, I didn't read it on the show. Or did I? Maybe I did. All right, here we go. This is from Sweet V. I know I didn't read this one. Kill yourself and start over. This podcast is so crazy. These guys are live wires, but the lady of the show, Kat, handles herself like a giant amongst the men. She told the guy let the woman have their fun and enjoy Safari's XXX video and stop hating. I love it. Okay.
Hey, you think Sweet V stands for sweet vagina?
I hope so.
Maybe. You're welcome, Sweet V.
Yeah, you got some fans in here, Kat.
Ain't it about time? You introduced Sly before me. I've been on the clock how many more months before him?
Dang.
Well, no.
I know how you feel, Kat. You feel slighted, don't you?
Well, Kat, I usually introduce the most exclusive person last.
Now I'm exclusive.
Yeah. Kat, this is equal opportunity employment right here. Wait your turn, light skin.
Hey, Kat, one thing about it.
On light skinned people last show. I listened to the episode. Y'all gonna leave us light skinned folk alone.
I did not know we made 3D Inside the Cave shirts.
We just like off. That's it. Shut up.
What you about to say, Big Dawg?
Hey, ain't nobody got paid, Kat, so you still good.
All right, this is from Denise. This is for Sly, I guess. She said, "Fuck you. A dildo isn't cheating. It's a getaway from you guys."
Technically, you're not getting away if you're using a dildo.
I don't know if it's cheating. I think it's support.
And the point is, the question was using your man's best friend's dildo, right, Kat? Is that? All right, Sly, that's what you said, right?
Yeah. If your man's best friend had a dildo line and you bought it, is that considered cheating?
Yeah. Oh, you got a creative mind, brother. Kat, is that cheating?
Not at all.
Oh.
If anything, like, it's saving your lives. Like, you don't understand how many women had to dip off for a second to get their emotions and hormones right so they could deal with you. Like,
Kat.
You gotta tell.
Kat,
she didn't catch you.
I
got one question, Kat.
I do. I encourage all women to have a toy. Don't touch their own vagina like it's yours. You can't ask a man to touch it if you don't know what to do and how to operate it.
You got to tell her the backstory, CB.
But look though, it's all right to get a toy. You just can't get the toy that's molded after my man's.
Exactly.
Right. That's what he talking about, Cat. If it's shaped in the like his best friend.
I mean, there's probably a fault in it somewhere. Probably is missing a vein or crevice. So don't worry. It's not an identical replica. It's just a manufactured piece of plastic with batteries that offers peace for some women.
How many vibrators you got, Cat?
None of your business.
Oh, here's my business. You talking about?
Give us a roundabout number, Cat.
Cat, you act like that's a bad question or something. We just looking for some info.
I have enough. Like, I'm sure you don't count your movies or links you have on your computer. So
I got 279.
I count them like I count all my shoes. Hell yeah, I got to count. I need to know what's missing.
Y'all need to count some better shit. I mean, to plug my cousin, she actually does sell toys. So
hey, we need to get her on the show.
I get exclusives. I get before they come out kind of shit. So
hey, so she sells toys.
Yes.
Okay, we got to get her on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even better, let us be there to do a live show next time she have a toy party.
Yeah, boy, Velle.
Yeah,
but Velle, you ain't gonna be able to come though.
Yeah, I'ma just phone in.
Cat, I'm coming. Cat, I'm coming.
Really?
Cat, I'm coming again.
Hey Sly. You know what, Sly? You're proof that when I die, this show is gonna be in good hands. Because everything I want to say, you say it.
Cat, I'm coming.
Speaking of that, where's the Cleese report?
I don't know. All right, here we go. This is Nina. Nina says, "Congrats on being #1 in podcasts. That alone should win everyone a T-shirt since you're in the giving mood." I doubt it. Although I do gotta give a shout out. What's that guy's name, Sly? He won a shirt today. He asked the best question in the group today. I'll get to that in a second. He said, she says, "I really hope these letters for Cat's Corner is just made up. Otherwise, it's some really messed up people in this world. And what does this say about Inside the Cave's audience?" Since we got some pretty decent people in this world that listen to the show. Shout out to all our listeners.
Yeah, they like jokes.
But hey, what's that guy's name?
I think you're referring to Eric Tillman.
Eric, yeah.
Hey, what was that question he asked?
I do not know.
He said,
"Should a woman raise her hand before speaking to a man?"
That right there, for that, the balls on that guy. Pause to answer that. To ask that question. You, my friend, are getting a T-shirt from Inside the Cave Podcast, CaveCrushShop.com.
I'm gonna have a drink to that.
Get your information, and the fact that he stands on that's what I like. Stand on it, brother. Hell yeah, a woman should need to raise her hand before. Hey, what them pimps say, Cat? Raise your hand and keep your head down. Keep your eyes looking at your toes. God damn it.
Hey, Eric, single as hell. I bet he won't raise his hands to his lady.
in my life, if he's
she gonna raise his hand and backhand his ass.
Position, will you save my life? The nerve of some niggas. Oh Lord.
I think Eric sounds like a great guy, in my opinion.
Hey, Cat, did you just raise? Hey, CB, hey, Cat, did you raise your hand before you said that?
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's from now on. Them the rules, Cat. I'm gonna try it with you first, Cat. Then I'm gonna bring it home to my wife and see how it works.
We gonna see how it works. And I apologize for the condition I send you home in.
Damn. You gonna raise something?
But that's what the world is missing. Some respect, man. We need you women to respect these men more, man.
Is he supposed to let his pants down if he want to talk?
Bang bang. Well, shit, I'll walk around naked if that was the case.
I'm saying.
All day. Slap, what that is? That's that Hulk.
No, it's that Heineken.
Bobby, a hair
that Heineken.
He want to talk ACM. Take something out the ACM every time he want to talk. Then we can really start negotiating.
That's the thing. Men don't want to talk, though. Men don't want to talk.
I think I might raise my hand and slap the shit out of him like a backhand before I want to talk.
Don't be so violent, Cat. We don't need none of that here.
Oh, for sure. That's all he has for. He would you raise your hand and slap me? Sure.
Hey, what happened to peace and tranquility?
Exactly. All right, here we go.
I have my first kill yourself and start over.
This is from Troy. Troy says, how CB the only one that gets the letter wrong? That man is crazy. I don't know which letter he's talking about.
Which one, Troy?
Yeah.
You talking about dude that run people over with his damn car.
or death of the father.
Or the father, yeah, I was thinking that too. Either one, he probably got both of them wrong. Yeah, all of them, Troy.
All right, here we go. This is from Janelle. Janelle says, "Thanks for answering my questions. Not really, LOL. I'm not sure what I walked into, but I was just curious of how this group was put together. But thanks anyway." All right. Y'all know what she's talking about? I really forgot, but you know.
I do, but I got a KYSO for that later.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks for listening, Janelle. All right, here we go. Lance, I see the cave is ranked now. Thumbs up. Joe Dirt is a fool on one whole show. Joe Dirt was on one the whole show.
Who will take his crown today?
All right, here we go. This is from Jay. OMG, you're in the top 15 now. Great job. Your hard work is paying off. You're up there with Wait What Don't Tell Me. That's really cool. Wait What Don't Tell Me is a show that's on NPR. I never even heard of it, but a lot of people told me that for us to be ahead of them says a lot. So attaboy to Inside the Cave, and more importantly, me. All right, this is from Cheryl. Cheryl says, first off, Kat is right that any person that kills animals will kill his wife. If you're not eating animals, there's no reason to kill them. All right, Cheryl, I am going to answer that and kill yourself and start over. I've been listening. Cheryl ain't the only person that had a lot to say about that. So I will answer that and kill yourself and start over. Y'all got anything else? Or we can end listeners' feedback. All right.
I think we good.
All right. Don't forget you can email us insidethecavepodcast@gmail.com or however else you've been sending us insidethecavepodcast.com as well. All right. Let's get into this. Kill yourself and start over.
The first segment, see something effed up? The A block. Talk your shit, kill yourself, and start over on Inside the Cave.
All right, Joe, what you got this week, brother?
I got one Courtney Blackman again for spreading lies.
Never heard of him.
About beating me twice.
Beat your ass.
There's only one victory, and that one came at a buzzer beater.
Yeah,
Other game, the internet shut off.
Yeah.
So sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
that game would never be found out who won. I mean, I still could have came back that game, but I did kick your ass like 5 times before that. No. You ain't played me since.
No, okay.
So you happy with that one victory?
Oh, okay. I got two L's.
You got one. You happy with that one victory?
Oh, okay. All right, Joe.
That shows you how bad I was whooping your ass.
Okay. You need to go see a counselor, bro.
You that shirt say Pookie?
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing, Joe. I said Pookie or Dookie.
Rookie.
It say Pookie or Dookie.
Oh, it said rookie. My bad.
All right.
Same.
Is that it, Joe? You done boring us? All right, Velle, what you got?
I actually got 2 of them. I got one from an Alabama sheriff.
Watch your mouth.
That's why I took my time for Dog to catch it. Alabama sheriff used money that was meant for inmates for food to buy him a $740,000 beach home. Now, I'm going to go CB mode. My kill yourself and start over ain't to him. It's for the inmates. Y'all niggas in jail. I don't blame him. All he doing is letting your ass know not to come back up in this joint. You locked up for 23 hours. You can't eat. You got to shit next to your partner. You gonna think next time you rob a bank. Next time you shoot somebody. I want to shot this sheriff out. What's going on, Sheriff?
Dang.
Hey, that's a good lesson, man. Oh, okay, y'all want to do that? Okay. I guess y'all ass won't eat these bologna sandwiches, then. I'm finna buy me a beach house.
That's fucked up, Joe. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I had to flip it and go CB mode.
Nah, don't put me in that. That's fucked up. By the way, Cave Crush on Instagram is popping.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Speaking of, and I got a second one.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to give myself. I'm gonna have to kill myself and start over.
Why is it?
Last week, we had a writer enter. We had a writer enter last week by the name of the woman you just named a little while ago. A name that I let me first just say, when we record the show and y'all hear CB 3 times the show yell, I'ma edit that. He really don't edit. And y'all gotta remember this show we do, this not scripted. We don't cut and say, all right, now say your lines over. We just go off the top. Sometimes we forget stuff, sometimes we say stuff we didn't mean to say. So I answered a question by a name that I shouldn't have even said nothing to. And I think my brother Joe Dirt know what I'm talking about. So anybody named Janelle with questions, I am dismissed from answering.
Oh shit. Nigga telling on himself. Nigga, who ain't no good. Whoa.
And after I listened to the show, I said, damn, I didn't even realize the person's name.
Well, shit,
I just kept on answering.
Hey, well, remind me to edit this out, though. Hey, remind me. No,
thanks for not editing this.
No, serious. Remind me to edit this out, because I got to send you this email. We got to see who this person is. It might be that same person.
Hey, it might be, but you don't got to edit. But hey, on another note, we appreciate you for listening and support.
God damn.
Hey, I don't mind. I don't mind putting myself on the spot.
Was Janelle the one last week that asked so many questions?
Yeah. I'm telling you, the email came out of nowhere.
Hey, I'm listening to the show. I'm like, damn. I answered the question. I ain't even realized the name. I'm just in the zone. I ain't even thinking. Then I said, damn. Not only one, but hey, the card already burned. I got 2 Janelles that I can't even answer. So Janelle, just say Jay. I can't answer your question. Go to somebody else. Remind me to shut the hell up, CB.
Yeah, okay. And now, am I supposed to edit this or not? I can't remember.
Oh, no, this for ratings.
Okay, cool.
This for Troy. Troy, if you're still wondering, there you go. You will figure it out one day.
Big Dawg, what you got, man?
Hey, man, I got 2 people I want to give Kill Yourself and Start Over to.
All right.
I got Joe Dirt.
Yeah, he deserves it.
And Courtney Black.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, come on. Man.
Drum roll.
I'm so tired of hearing you 2 grown motherfuckers talk about a fucking video game. I think I speak on behalf of everybody that's tuned in to Inside the Cave.
Well,
Gonna be a hater.
Man,
These niggas Twitter beefing.
Hey man, you can tell the motherfucker they got too much time on their hand, man.
They Twitter beefing, dog.
You already know CB ain't doing shit.
Yeah, prove that. I'm working hard,
that shit
bro.
starting to rub off on Joe.
No, I ain't rubbing shit
That's
off.
my leisure activity when I get home.
Oh, man.
Hey,
All I know is
entertaining that motherfucker, man. He ain't got shit to do.
All I know, dog, I looked at my phone like Roland said and Sly when they first joined. I had 113 messages. 98 of them was from Joe and CB.
Hey man, when I saw that shit, I just thrown past all this shit. I ain't even read that bullshit.
All right. Sly, what you got?
Stand close.
Man?
I'm gonna give myself a reset and start over, man. I started this March Madness fitness challenge, and I do it every year. I work out every day through the month of March, and I caught a cold that sat my ass down for 4 or 5 days, man. I couldn't do anything. So I'm resetting and starting over and trying to come out hard. That's it for me. Can't kill nobody until I get the full strength.
Hey, I just salute you for doing what you do, bro. I salute you for doing what you do. I want to give my Kill Yourself and Start Over to all of the hosts of Inside the Cave for the way they responded to the Cat's Corner last week. you guys and the listeners who gave me a hard time talking about this guy is crazy because he kills animals. Oh, none of you motherfuckers is vegetarian, by the way. None of you motherfuckers is vegan. None of you motherfuckers, all you motherfuckers eat meat. And you, so all y'all are hypocrites because the fact that you can decide when it's okay to kill an animal. So it's okay to kill an animal because your ass hungry and don't want to get no grapes or pick off a vine or grow some food, get some vegetables or some shit.
His problem was he wanted to kill animals with his boo in the car.
It don't matter when he kill. You kill animals to eat.
I don't kill animals, so I don't want you to kill them with me. Just like if I don't do what you do, you can have some respect, man.
I don't respect that shit. Motherfucker,
hey, y'all you know what's fucked up?
What?
2 days later, I was riding, right?
Yeah.
2 fucking deers hopped out. I thought about your ass.
I just don't get it, man. I'm like, how we get to decide? This is how fucked up humans are. We get to decide when it's okay to kill. Well, it's okay to kill now, but it ain't okay to kill then. You know what? You guys sound like the same slave traders that thought it was okay for certain niggas to be in the field and certain niggas to be at home, certain niggas to be hung. Y'all all are hypocrites. All you
change narrative like that.
All you motherfuckers that go hunting, you country ass. Hey, let's go kill some deer. That ain't no sport. That ain't a sport. How's that a sport? The motherfuckers is out there eating in the grass, and then you decide to blow their head off. And that's
so
a
it's
sport.
like for you to take your car and maliciously run over something?
What the fuck is the difference?
Hey, I'm offended. I'm a pescatarian and a vaginatarian on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or days that start with T.
So like I said, I'm giving all you motherfuckers, you hypocrite ass motherfuckers, a kill yourself and start over.
Been nowhere, so he don't understand that there are laws to hunting. You have to register. You can't just
It's all bullshit. It's made by.
You did last week.
It's bullshit.
I wouldn't waste my time trying to.
So basically, they get to decide when it's okay to kill animals. They get to. Have you ever? All you hamburger eating motherfuckers. Have you ever seen the way a fucking cow gets slaughtered? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. The motherfucker, that's okay. Get the fuck out of here. All you motherfuckers is hypocrites.
I'm vegan.
Right, I said it.
How you gonna change the narrative?
I'm a vegan.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Hey, you should have called Peter. We should call Peter.
You saying this man is crazy because he killed animals, but all you motherfuckers eat hamburgers. All you motherfuckers eat chickens. You ever seen a chicken? You know how they kill chicken? They cut the motherfucker.
Like, there's a commonality. Most serial killers started out that way.
Yeah,
so
well.
The commonality is he has a lot more in common with serial killers than he does with you.
We talking about him killing his wife, his lady.
I just want to know where you get that from the fact that he just happened to hit the. It sounds like he got a need for speed.
So check this out, CB.
Sound like he got a need for speed.
Check this out. You riding down the street and you see a deer over there chilling.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you leave the highway in the grass trying to hit a fucking deer.
Okay.
You don't think something wrong with that?
I think it might be something wrong with the fact that he might not respect his car enough, but he ain't no different than a motherfucker sitting in a deer stand waiting on the deer that's minding his own fucking business and blow his fucking head off just because he thinks it's a sport. What the fuck?
So CB, what if he kills the animal, but then gets out his car, puts the animal in his trunk, and cooks it, compared to him hitting the animal, killing it, and just keep driving and hitting another one, hitting another one, hitting another one.
Either way it go, motherfuckers is dead.
You talking about people that's killing animals to eat. No. You killing them for fun.
So you're justifying the fact. It's okay to kill an animal because you hungry. See, you justify it.
McDonald's said they got 3% of your money.
We hypocrites, man.
No, CB, you missing the whole point.
None of you motherfuckers. I just don't understand how you can call this.
It's all about the way he's going about it.
Oh, man. I just think we all here.
Understand y'all wasting y'all breath.
Okay, CB, maybe it's a respect thing. Like, I respect the damn cow that made my hamburger.
No, you do?
I definitely do.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think we should learn to breed our own animals. I have several friends who have chickens. I have friends who have roosters. You can breed your own animals if you want to feed them, and that's
You know what, Kat? Let me tell you something.
Breeding deer for hunting. They were born for sport. So these particular deer.
Says who? Says the white man? Where's Roland at? So the white man told you these motherfucking animals is made for sport.
Wait a minute. Look. What you're not gonna do is pull the race card on some shit race car wasn't involved in. Nobody said black or white. If you blue or brown and you run over something that wasn't in your fucking way, you are a sociopath.
That's not true.
And it's no difference between somebody who's messy in an inbox. You are a sociopath.
It's not true.
If you are involving yourself in somebody's instance that has nothing to do with you, get a fucking life. These animals aren't bothering him. Now you're talking about eating animals, which again, most farmers who raise their animals, you ain't took care of a damn animal yet. So you don't know that they can actually eat off of these animals and feel no remorse.
Yeah, you know what else they do? You know what else they do to the animals on their farm? They fuck them. Yeah, you bet you didn't know that shit.
That's what you would like to do.
No, that's what they do. I know for a fact. That's what all them country motherfuckers do. They sit on that farm.
Stop trying to make it what it's not. You're trying to make it a racial, sexual thing, and it's not.
If you don't put your family out there like that.
Hey, my family, your family, all of our family done fuck some animals. You'll be surprised what your uncles and did. You'll be surprised what your uncles and did, bro.
I understand your people from down there in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying?
You'll be surprised what your family done did.
That's what you did during the summer when you used to go visit.
You trying to fuck a duck.
Hey, he wasn't fucking, so he go fuck the animals.
Hey, CB.
That motherfucker can't wait for school to get out for the summer.
What if you the one riding? What if you the passenger in the truck and your girl decide to floor it and she decide to hit a flock of geese or a deer or some shit?
That's her car.
What you think?
That's her car. Fuck I gotta do? That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's her car. She wanna tear up her own shit? That's on her.
Shit, that's her car.
Shit.
You gonna still fit? You going out on second date?
I got insurance. I'm gonna get paid. Yeah.
Hey, fella, that motherfucker be sitting around counting days down on the calendar, goddamn.
Hey, dog, what's that movie? That old movie with I think Lorenz Tate, when they went to his uncle's or something for the summer with Jada Pinkett.
No, that's what Lil was made for.
Inkwell. That's what CB was doing, dog. He was waiting for the summer, huh? I can't wait to go cluck me a duck.
That's my kill yourself star. All right, Kat, you say you had one, didn't you?
I think she just said you.
I was talking about today was the day that young people were supposed to walk out of school to protest, and in remembrance of the 17 young people who passed away a year ago. And I saw a video on Facebook, and it was unfortunate because it wasn't very removed. It was a friend of mine showing, I guess, her son and his friends going into a local store and kind of just tearing it up. Like they left school under the guise of protest, and then they went in, basically tore up a store. And my kill yourself and start over goes to these babies, because the whole point of the protest is now marred by their behavior. I feel like they didn't get it, and because they didn't get it, it kind of made it a negative when it didn't have to be, especially in a time where young people's voices are being heard. So I kind of want to, encourage those parents of the young people who decided to make that choice to find some other way to show their respect for the whole point of the day if they were going to participate. If they didn't care, then they should have just stayed in school or not going at all. But to go to school, leave school, and then to go deface a store was completely redundant of the point that many young people in this country were trying to make.
Hey, Kat, who'd you give your kill yourself start over to?
To you, CB.
No, I'm serious. You said you gave it to the kids?
Yes, to the young high schoolers who went in the store and tore it up.
I want to add to that. The kill yourself and start over should go to the fucking administration who let a bunch of kids make a decision. They're fucking teenagers. You're giving them a day out of school. You think they're really going to do right? They're fucking kids. What do you think they're going to do? When I was 16 years old, you know what the fuck I would have been doing?
A lot of people did. So to pick an instance, this wasn't like a time for joy or celebration. This was a remembrance day. Now, if this was a friend of theirs who had gotten killed in the streets, they would wear all kind of T-shirts. They would show up. They would make a big deal out of it. They took advantage of an instance that it wasn't that time to do that, CB. That was not appropriate. And it was embarrassing, honestly, to see Black children do it, especially when so many of them have succumbed to gun violence. You would think the voice would be louder in our community, but But instead, they didn't go destroy their own houses. They went to a store that's probably going to have to raise the taxes on their items and charge a little bit more for the detergent that I have to buy.
Yeah, but they're kids. What do you expect out of? I don't expect much from kids.
I'm sorry. See, education is my life. I've just deemed the last 20 years of my life.
I understand that, but I don't expect nothing out of a kid.
So, CB, if your kids went out there and did that, you wouldn't expect nothing better than them?
They're fucking kids.
It don't matter that they're kids, so that falls back on you, the type of parent you are.
That's what I said. That's why I said to kill yourself and start over shouldn't go to the kids. It should go to the administration and the fucking leadership.
Why going to the kids? Because don't you teach your kids better than that?
Okay, obviously somebody didn't. That's why I said it goes to kill yourself and start over should go to the administration and the fucking parents, leadership.
You kids know better than that.
Okay. Did we? What did we do when we were 17 and 18?
But you didn't know better than that?
What did we do? What did we do there?
Ask my question. Even though you did it, did you not know better than that?
What the fuck did we do?
I answered my question. Did you not know better than that, though?
The point is, I don't expect much out of a kid.
Did you not know better than that, though?
That ain't the fucking point.
That is the fucking point.
What the fuck did we do?
Did you not know better than that?
I'ma slap you. That's what I'ma do.
I'ma slap you too. You knew better than that, though. Exactly. And you want to answer my question because you know I'm right. You knew better than that shit. I knew better than that shit.
I was hoping y'all kept going.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear that back.
All right, that was kill yourself and start over.
Want to hear a hot take? It's time to go around the cave.
My Around the Cave is all about CB and his dumbass takes on life. You can't be this old and be this dumb.
All right, that's good. Quick. Good and quick. What you got, Sly?
My Around the Cave is for the dumbass at Northwestern that decided to pull a hoax, a gun hoax, and that whole debacle of bullshit that went on earlier. This is not the time. Everybody real sensitive in these schools, high schools, grade schools, and you got a prestigious college, and this shit happened. Not to mention the shit that happened a couple weeks ago at Central Michigan University. So, man, that's my Around the Cave right there. We need to stop with this bullshit.
Attaboy, Sly. What you got, dog?
I'm good, bro.
Catherine.
Courtney, I don't have anyone or anything for this week.
All right, for Around the Cave this week, I want to talk about O.J. Simpson. All I hear is that O.J., all this crazy stuff about O.J., how he's defaming black people and stuff like that. Look, O.J. is, if anything, shows that he's defaming white people. All right, he didn't do anything to black people because he never thought he was black. He hasn't thought he was black since the 70s. All right, thought he was white. And this just goes to show, if you guys want to know, a lot of my white friends say there's no such thing as white privilege. You want to know what white privilege is? O.J. Simpson. He thought he was white, so he figured, well, hell, all white men do is kill their wives and get away with it. Fuck it, I'm gonna kill my wife and get away with it. And he did. And then on top of that, he did a news thing expressing how he killed his wife because he thought he was white. Black people know you can't even kill a dog in America being black. But when you're white, you think you can kill your wife and get away with it. So this is not a defacing black people, O.J. Simpson. No, this is showing white privilege in your face. And I know a lot of white people though is thinking, I don't want to hear shit else about Emmett Till after what O.J. did, and I kind of feel you. But at the same time, O.J. Simpson is a slap in the face of you Caucasoids, and that is my Around the Cave.
It's true. Good one, man. We can't even not kill somebody and possibly steal.
For real. It's true. O.J. thought he was white. O.J. thought he was white to the point where he said, fuck it, I can kill my wife and get away with it. And he did. He did. I wish Roland was here. I want to ask him about Johnny Cochran, though. Got a question
like the great Jay-Z said, I'm not black. I'm OJ.
It's real. OJ said it. Like, he didn't even look at himself. He thought he was white to the point where he can kill his wife. That's crazy.
Thought-provoking ignorance with special guests and cave crushers. And cave crushers.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?
Get the latest in cave fashion at cavecrushshop.com. That's cavecrushshop.com.
Follow Inside the Cave on Instagram for more thought-provoking ignorance. We repost, you decide.
Now you feeling freer than you ever.
Yo, y'all wanna see the sexiest women on the planet? Then follow Cave Crush on Instagram. Cave Crush is poppin'. Listen to Inside the Cave now on iHeartRadio for more thought-provoking ignorance. Listen to the Cleves Report with Ro now on iTunes. Got a problem? Need some advice? Send your questions and problems to Cat for Cat's Corner on Inside the Cave.
Alright, we got Cat's Corner. Let's get into this. If you want to send feedback or send questions for Cat, the only woman allowed inside the cave, send it Inside the Cave podcast at gmail.com or however else you've been sending us shit. Let's get into the serious letter, I think, if I remember it right. Alright, so you want to read it? Go ahead.
Give me a sec. Pull it
out.
Alright.
Oh, I can read it. You got it?
I got it.
Okay. I can barely see it. Somehow, somehow I showed a real low on my end. I can't even see it.
All right, I got you. This is from a listener by the name of Leslie. I'm a new listener, and I would like to get your opinions on disciplining children. I come from a family where my mom punished and took away privileges, and when my sister and I were younger, we were constantly grounded. I recently married an older man, roughly 6 years, and he has children of his own that he raises, but to that extent, his relationship with them is spankings, or as my children thinks, beatings. Recently, my oldest daughter, 17, had a pregnancy scare that we hid from him, and he was very upset when she found out. The results turned out being negative, but the relationship was broken for a long period of time, and we were still repairing the trust issues. My son was caught in school with liquor, and the school told my husband, and when I came home, my son was in tears and clothes were ripped. I asked what happened, and my son said, "Your crazy ass husband is what happened." I always knew this was hardcore disciplinary. He was a hardcore disciplinarian, but I would think he would talk to me before putting his hands on my kids, because that's not what they're used to. Is it too late to repair this relationship? Cat.
Okay, so it was a couple of things in this letter that stood out to me. The first thing was she started out with, my sister and I were always grounded, and that stuck out. Okay, so you're a troubled person, you're always grounded, you're always in trouble. And then she goes on to say that she's met a man and they love each other. But one thing I didn't hear was, before we got married, we discussed how to rear our children together. That was never discussed. But she knew what kind of man he was, which psychologically tells me she chose him because he created boundaries for her. He gave her rules. And apparently being grounded wasn't the way she wanted to be in her relationship. I guess she wanted someone to kind of lay down the law. So now she has these children. And it sounds to me like the issues that the children are having are very serious issues. And I'm sure to a man who is more of a physical disciplinarian, these problems are ridiculous to him. A 17-year-old pregnancy scare that you are now hiding from your spouse, and your son taking alcohol to school, which again, this isn't just, a kid being naughty. These are serious things that are happening with your children. And so you never mentioned in the letter how you sat down and spoke with him about how he disciplines his children. So I'm not exactly sure what you want from us, Because it seems to me like you allowed that type of situation to occur, where you have children that you parent a little less than he does his children. So the best advice I can give is that you two need to kind of sit down and discuss what the parenting stipulations are. Because if you don't like the way he does it, maybe you should say, hey, I don't want you disciplining my children at all. But you definitely have to discuss it. Otherwise, it's going to drive a wedge between you and your mate, and also your children, and you and your children and your mate. So before it gets out of hand, maybe you should sit down and discuss with him what your expectations are as a step parent.
All right. Sounds like some good advice. I kind of disagree. Dog, what you think, man?
Too soft.
Hey, man, when she married this guy, she knew that he was a hardcore discipline type guy, right?
Yeah.
So when you get married, her kids become his kids.
Yeah, that was the other point. You're right.
So when she made this statement, discipline my kids, that's a problem right there, because it sounds like they're not really together.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Because when you got kids and you bring somebody else, you build a home with somebody else, you got to have those conversations up front.
Yeah.
Because if he got to wait for you to come in to discipline your kids for getting out of line, then you got a problem.
Yep.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Now it's a difference between discipline and child abuse. You agree?
Give me some examples, because I need to know.
I mean, if you coming in and she coming in, her son nose all bloody, he bruised up, that he got an ass whooping. He didn't get, you know what I'm saying? He didn't get disciplined for drinking.
Well, I think Roland was correct. You shouldn't hit any kid in the face, but anything below the neck, I think is okay.
Man, you can't just come in there and beat that kid like he a grown man.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to demand a certain type of respect. I'm not saying that kids don't need an ass whooping. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying you can't just beat that kid like he's a grown man.
Yeah,
it's a difference between child abuse and whipping or spanking.
Discipline. I think the thin line probably going too far with the discipline. Once your discipline, if it's a whooping or beating,
and put it like this, in ways you control that. If you one of them guys that you think you're gonna black out and lose it,
yeah,
and it's probably the work, you really shouldn't, get them a spanking or whatever.
Right. When
you are really pissed, you need to give yourself a moment.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you act, you know what I'm saying, you could you'll approach it all the way wrong, man, if you're all in your feelings.
Right.
So you got to give yourself put yourself in timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruises, broke bones, and injuries and things like that from discipline. That's abuse. That's definitely abuse. Beating on them for no apparent reason because they slammed the door or some crazy. That's borderline abuse.
And then another part of that question. I mean, the comment that she made about hiding the pregnancy. Like if you got to hide shit, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like. Well, it sounds like either you afraid of him or something else going on. So the question you asking, you already know the answer to.
Right. Yeah, you hit it on the nail right there. You shouldn't be hiding shit from y'all. Shouldn't be hiding shit from each other.
So is it too late to repair this relationship? I don't say how long they've been. Don't say how long they've been married though.
It sounds like she already got her answer. She already hiding shit, and she making comments like, "My kids, he got to talk to me before he handled my kids a certain way." They not together no way.
Right. Or they just
need to
reevaluate.
If you marry somebody that got kids and you start making comments like these my stepkids or these my spouse's kids, that's a fucking problem.
Right.
I want to know, how did his shirt get ripped up? Like, was it something that the stepfather did, or was the boy trying to run and he pulled his shirt?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of, the shirt deal ain't that big of a deal because he could be running from my ass whooping like you say, Velle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if he ain't bruised all up, and he just got a few, he hit him on his ass or whatever. I mean, hey.
Because maybe she's scared. Sound like she's scared now after seeing what the boy got. Now she's scared.
Well, see, let me ask y'all a question though, because my kids are young. How do you discipline a teenage boy? Because I ain't got no teenage boys yet. But cause like it's easy right now, you know, spank the kids on the ass and then tell them, you know, go to their room. They scared of you. But what do you do? How do you deal with them boys when they get to be tall as you and they start smelling themselves? Cause see, mine knocked me out. I had people just come by the house and just knock me out, leave and just you come by, knock me out and leave. Like, you know. So, how do y'all? I mean, that wasn't the correct way to do shit. But how do y'all deal with teenage boys? I really want to know.
Now, look, I'm from my own experience with my old man. I ain't never stepped to him because there was always a respect factor.
Yeah,
and that's what I try to instill in my son now. That way, he grew up knowing that, even though they they probably will try you, but in the back of their mind, they know they get fucked up.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my grandfather.
My oldest son, man. I mean, you know, he feel like he's grown. He smell himself. And when he do, he keep his distance.
Right.
You know.
It's
that simple.
Because he know, right?
Hey man, it's got to be a level of respect.
If you ever done seen
and I look at it like this: if you're my kid, you in my pocket, it's gonna be a level of respect. Now, if you got a teenage kid that feel like he can bristle up, you don't necessarily have to, because you're gonna have to go to him like you're a man. You can't handle him like you're a kid no more.
Mm-hmm.
But the best thing to do is, if he want to be a man, let him be a man. It can't be, I'm a man when I want to go out here and hang with my partners. But you ain't a man when you got to pay for a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Or you got to pay to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to help pay the bills in the house. Or when you want them new J's when they come out. You know, it can't be I'm your son then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So either you my son or you a grown ass man. It ain't gonna be both.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too.
Say it is here.
I just want to say, guys, that, and I hope that our female listeners are basking in the glow that is a black man, because this whole conversation gave me goosebumps to hear black men speaking back and forth freely about the rearing of children and about, literally building a tribe around them. That is the biggest gift that you all can give us as black women. And being the only lady here, and that my son is turning 20, in raising a black man, I have to co-sign everything that you all said. And for women out there listening who are raising young men, it is a respect factor. And I think the way I was able to raise my son was with reality. I had to, number one, be honest and let him know what's really happening, because I'm not a guy, so I don't have to be candid about how I feel. I can express to him how his behavior would make me feel. And that was a good response for him. He didn't want me to feel a certain type of way, but there was also a respect for him growing up, a respect for him finding himself, a respect for him finding his voice. And no, he's never raised his voice at me, but I've also never had to punch my son in the mouth either. So it's like we're both kind of standing, at our crossroads, knowing that it could go somewhere. It could go another way, but it doesn't, because there is a respect level. And as for this letter, I think a lot of points you guys hit on are important. So one is blended families. What they're doing isn't new. People have blended families a lot. So there is a possible way to have a successful blended family with communication. But also, it brings to mind and be important, about dating with children. You can't just say you like this woman and hate her kids. Or you can't say you love this man and you don't love his children as well. So when you're dating someone with children, be mindful of the other people that are involved, because it's very obvious that this man and the children don't have anything in common. They weren't raised the same. These children had a little bit more freedom. And what's factual is what he did with the boy was not a surprise to us. She's already said he's aggressive with his own children. So I don't know if it was naivety or ignorance that made her think he would not be with her children. Because one thing we can say is he's consistent with his discipline for the children around him. And again, with you all speaking the way you did, that's the biggest takeaway we should all get from this. That a man's presence in your children's life is beneficial, especially if we hear his views on how to raise. And she can definitely communicate in what she expects, but she also has to understand he came to you already rearing his own children. So if you saw something you didn't like when you were dating him, that was the time to back away. But your children are going to have to learn, just like you, to respect his parenting.
That's right. Respect that man. Amen.
Hey, CB, I want to touch on one more thing too, man. When you asked the question about a teenage boy, young man or whatever, when your son becomes a teenager, and if it's ever a situation where you're looking at him like he's another grown man, you got a problem. Right. Because I mean, really, because if he's doing something that you know is not going to be good for him in the long run, right, and you feel like you got to approach him like he's a grown man, right, you got to have that conversation with him the first time he get out of line and say, look, you know, it can't be that in between stuff. You know, if you want to be a grown man, you got to be a grown man.
That's real talk.
You know, because what you doing, it can't happen in my house. Right. You know, because, you know, you ain't gonna be able to go to him like your kid, bro.
Yeah. I was real talk. I'm glad to hear this because, like you said, I always keep hearing it. Man, you got it easy right now. Wait till them boys get older. Wait till they get older.
Hey, man, everybody think it's rough when the kids are small, you know, because you make a few sacrifices and you got to stay home and this and that shit. But look here, bro, you got control over those kids and what they do when they're young. When they get to be teenagers or old enough where you got to release them into the world, that's when you really got to be working.
Yeah.
Hey, on this subject, for me, it was like I got a bunch of uncles, but have you ever seen your father, like growing up, like check somebody or knock a dude out, and you grow up with the fear of your father ever having to touch you like that? Like
my grandfather.
You just remember that, like you in your grown ages, you just remember like being 7 or 10 and seeing your father check somebody, and you just know.
My grandfather wasn't nobody. My grandfather, we left. Shit.
It's like being in a crowded club and you can hear your mother come in and call your full name out, you know, and pronounce every syllable of your name, and you know you in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
To the day my granddaddy died, I was scared of him. To the day he died, bro. I'd never forget one time we was like 13 years old. We was leaving. Remember there used to be a Omni on
North Avenue.
On Cicero and 22nd. Velle, remember that Omni? We were leaving.
Cermak and Cicero?
Yeah, we were leaving Omni. And this boy, right, this teenage boy was walking with his pants all the way down to his knees. My grandfather pulled the car over on the street, got out the car, and his exact word, "Nigga, pull your pants up." I swear. And do you know that boy looked at my grandfather and pulled his pants up and kept walking? I never seen no shit like that, man. I'm like, damn, granddad crazy. Wasn't no punk, man. My grandfather wasn't scared of nothing, man. To the day he died.
Hey, you always think of that one.
Never forget it, man. Never forget
it. You can look in the eyes, bro, and you know what time it is.
Man, my grandfather didn't play. My grandfather didn't play, boy. Yeah, all right. That was Cat's Corner. That was a good one this week. Cap, can you got time to stick around for Sly's question?
I will.
Good. All right, let's get to this. To tell the truth, Sly, let's talk about it.
Hey, ladies, it's time for To Tell the Truth. Ladies, let's talk about it with Sly on Inside the Cave.
Hey, read the feedback from last week. The first question is because we never got a chance to ask Kat this. The first one about porn.
Which one?
Ladies, what do you masturbate to?
We finna go from sugar to shit.
Oh yes, lady, yeah, Kat
about to leave.
Yeah, Kat.
No, I'm just saying, you guys are so narrow-minded. Like, women don't need external stimulation. If I can't sleep, I can masturbate and go to sleep. Like, it's not, I don't need to be turned on. I don't need, what do you mean what porn? I am the porn, baby. I'm amazing. Like, I don't need external stimuli. I don't need anything to get me going.
Hey, remind me to edit this out. Hey, Kat, what you taste like?
Shut the fuck up, TV. Fucking wishes and dreams and magic, nigga.
That won't get edited.
So that was the question, Kat. I think it was a sub question of like, do women just look at a bunch of dick pics in their phone?
No, that's you guys. You guys need external stimulation. You need something to get you excited, and we can just be like, "Ooh, I love me right now. Let me show me."
Well, according to Christina LaShot Thomas, she watches Pinky at least once a week to masturbate. If I had some extra money, Christina, you would get a shirt.
This must be old Pinky, because new Pinky is not looking the greatest. Old Pinky.
Damn. And Tanya says she watches double penetration porn.
Yeah, you can't even talk over there.
Try saying that 3 times with your eyes closed.
double penetration.
Double penetration porn. Damn.
Hey.
Y'all don't think that's a little trisexual?
When she said she's never done it and she's not interested in it, so I was gonna say the next question was, I find that people they use these as fantasies, some things that they're not gonna do, but are intrigued by.
The imagination is cheaper. Go for what you know in your head.
So what do you imagine?
I'm not gonna fucking tell you. That means I'm not.
You can't just tell everybody you be thinking about me before you go to sleep at night.
I was just saying, Kat,
you're trying to make a solo situation. You're like, so explain holding the pen before you write. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know me.
Kat, I'm very attentive. In the last few weeks, like, you went from the inside cave shirt that had the cut down the middle. Then you had on your Hugh Hefner robe last week with a tall glasses, whatever. Now you got on the tank top showing off the twins and everything. Kat, I'm just saying, what's next week gonna be?
I'm gonna need for you to stop watching my fucking swag every week. Do you hear me? You gotta leave.
It's gonna be bathing.
My swag alone. I have
bathing suit season.
What the fuck I have on? I also got on flip flops. The fuck, like what? Are you trying to investigate? You are not golden. Stop trying to conspiracy theory my ass.
We call them thong shoes.
There is no conspiracy theory over here.
Hey, Sly, get to the next. What was the other question from last week?
Oh shit, man! The other question from last week.
We had some feedback on that one too.
Kat, would you propose? Would you ever propose to a man?
There you go.
No, I would not.
Would you ever ask him?
No, this is coming from the same group of men who are like, respect my home, and then you like, now bitch, propose to me. Like, which one are you?
I ain't saying he said that. I'm just saying, would you ever?
No, I'm just asking in general. It wasn't you personal.
Some dudes need a jump start. Some dudes
it's all right, my love. It's not you personal. It's just like you in the bigger picture. Like, I think I think every woman wants to be chosen. There is a gift in a man saying, I choose you.
True that.
So, no, I think a man should do what a man does, which is build his kingdom. And if I'm chosen, that's an honor. That's why I wear my ring proudly. I'll use his name proudly because he chose me for that. I think that's something that a man should do.
Okay, that's fair. Also, Kat, today is March 14th. Do you know what March 14th is?
It's Friday.
Oh no, it's steak and blowjob day. I'm just checking, just double check. Let me get to this next.
A different kind of pie.
Let me get to.
Hey, Sly.
Yo,
Eric Tillman says she better raise her hand before she asks him to marry him, though.
That guy's getting a shirt. All right, what's this week's question?
This week's question is let me get it correct, right? Let me pull this up. Ladies, Inside the Cave podcast group, Inside the Cave. The ladies' question of the day, tell the truth. Ladies, has your girl ever encouraged you to go for it? As in, go fuck a guy that you just like or want to fuck, or a random dude, and you did it.
Ladies, let's talk about it. Tell the truth.
Has your girl ever encouraged you to go for it, as in go ahead and fuck this guy that you crushing on, that you like, that you want to fuck, or a random dude, and you went for it and you did it? That's the question.
We only got one female on the show.
Tiffany ever dared you to do it?
I mean, I don't know why you all think women are like cross-eyed unicorns or something, like left-handed clowns. I don't know why you think we're from another planet, but yeah, women do that just like men do. Yeah.
Nice. So she's like, is it like a I dare you, or is it like a double dare you, triple hot dog like, dare you?
For the most part, I think generally a woman is encouraging another woman to get some because she's being a bitch. And it's like, Tracy, call your baby daddy. Like, what are you doing? Why are you so uptight? Like, in many cases, that's what women do. But I think in most cases, women are similar to men in a sense of we're still animals. So if one sees one, especially married women, they're always trying to encourage you to get with somebody because they want to live vicariously through you. And you don't have to, you're of course at your leisure to make your decision. But I don't know why y'all think women don't do that. I don't know why that surprises you. That's a question this week.
Yeah, because you gotta watch women. Women slick. Women the type, hey, go suck his dick and then go tell everybody you a hoe. Women will do that shit. Cat was out there sucking dick the other day.
I don't even know a woman like that. I don't even know women who say suck his dick. Like, really? I try to keep away from women.
What do they say then, Cat? Head?
None of your business. You're not in the gang. The fuck?
Ain't that some? I'll let you inside the cave so you can get all this game from us. You can't let us know what y'all call blowjobs.
44% of the time, I'm giving you game.
44% of the time.
Damn.
I quit.
You might be underestimating yourself, Cat.
you gotta aim higher, Cat. Aim higher.
You gave 44% today alone. Hey, in the words of the dog, I ain't fucking with it.
All right. That was Slides to Tell the Truth. Now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Tell me something, Joe.
Got dirty headlines, nasty stories, freaky tales. It's time for the Dirt Sheets with Joe Dirt on Inside the Cave.
Yo, I'm back on the internet today.
Nice.
I got a good story here.
Okay.
It happened overseas. It's kind of funny though. So the headline reads, in Saudi Arabia, a famous racehorse is going to be executed for being homosexual. How can a racehorse be homosexual? I don't know. Okay, a 4-year-old horse that's the property of a Saudi prince that earned over $6 million US dollars in racing was allegedly caught on 2 separate occasions by employees of the Prince's Corral, or where they kept the horse, while it was engaged in sexual intercourse with another male horse. When this was reported to the authorities, the horse was rapidly taken away and isolated. Now, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I could understand where the Saudis are coming from.
This man just brought
hey, what does a gay horse eat?
What does he eat? Stop it! I know that the answer, is it? Oh shit! Hey, I know that ain't the answer, is it?
That's the answer.
Oh shit!
What's wrong with these people, dog?
I don't know why I seen that cover.
That's what she said. That's what she said, Velle.
Oh shit!
Hey, Slime would be the one to know the answer to that shit. That nigga said, "Hey, hey."
Oh shit!
Hey, you crazy?
Oh,
man.
shit.
Oh man.
Oh shit!
Hey, hashtag gay horses matter.
Oh man, you motherfuckers is crazy to me, man. You got a sponsor this week?
No, but I'm working on one for next week.
Giddy up, Joe. Giddy up. Giddy up, nigga.
Man, that's the joke of the week right there, man.
That's the joke. Said My Little Pony.
Oh man, you are crazy.
Them niggas, them horses hanging out in the gay stable called the Giddy Up.
Called the Roundup.
Oh man, you motherfuckers is crazy. All right, that was the Dirt Sheets.
It's time for the wrap up. Wait, what?
Let's wrap it up, Velle.
Hello, man. You gotta give me laugh time.
Hey, that's the joke of the week, man. That is a joke.
Oh man,
that shit's funny.
All right, man. Yo, what's going on out there, people? This is your boy Velle with another weekly wrap up. Pretty solid show today. Good job, fellas. Let's get right into it. Did Velle, that's right, myself, not dry snitch CB, but undry snitch on myself for the reason for my probation?
For no
Wait, what?
But you wet snitch on yourself, nigga?
I thought about that, Joe. I thought about wet snitch, but I said, no, that sound kind of pause. That sound kind of pause. And then you want to talk about gay horses. Yeah, that wouldn't want right. Hey, Joe.
Yo.
Did CB admit to having an animal orgy as a kid?
No.
According to Dawg?
No.
Wait, what? Has Cat's 3D shirt made / smoke a cigarette and take a nap during the show? Wait, what? Wake up, Sly. Did the men on the show finally effectively answer a Cat's Corner question?
Damn, I think we did.
We might be 1% now. Wait, what? And did Joe say Mr. Ed was fucking Mr. Bruce Jenner? Wait, what? And that is the short, sweet, and quick wrap up for today's episode. Giddy up.
The wrap up.
Giddy up.
Ain't
no stopping. Y'all got anything else when we get out of here, man?
Hell
imagine the sound of them horses.
But they sound like Joe. Hey, can a beautician tell if she using a straight hair, horse hair, or a gay horse hair?
Right.
Do it matter?
All right, man. This crazy ass show. Shout out to Eric for winning the shirt. CaveCrushShop.com. Don't forget to use the promo code TRUTH. Still using that. InsideTheCavePodcast.com. Shout out to everybody else. Big things coming up pretty soon. Just stay tuned. Shout out to everybody listening. And Big Dawg, go ahead and get us out of here, brother.
On behalf of the guys at Inside the Cave, we'll catch y'all ass next week.
Thank you for listening to Inside the Cave. Get the latest Cave Crush and Inside the Cave gear at CaveCrushShop.com. Thought-provoking ignorance with special guests and cave crushes. Inside the Cave. Inside the Cave. 3 Lee Films.
You did say you wanted to be in, right?